Hey guys, thanks for joining me. So today's going to be a little bit of a different video than you're probably accustomed to seeing. We're going to focus a lot on meditation, and I recruited a friend of mine who lives in my neighborhood who also teaches yoga professionally at a studio in the Bay Area, and he was interested in coming out and sharing some of his knowledge that he passes on to his students. And so I thought it would be kind of a fun way to introduce meditative practices as told by a professional. We're going to go ahead and get started. I hope you guys enjoy and hopefully apply some of what he has to teach you to your own lives and those around you. All right, have a good one.
Hello, my name is Jasprit, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about meditation and how we can use meditation in our lives. You know, oftentimes we think of meditation as some yogi or some hermit sitting in a cave, spending all their time meditating and, escaping the world. But for us in this day and age, we need to be a little bit more practical, and we want to bring the meditation out of the caves and into our lives. You know, we talk about stress. A lot of people are stressed, especially during this time. There's this stress. And what is stress? Stress is a move away from our natural state, which is homeostasis. Our bodies want to be in homeostasis. And stress is anything that moves us away from that homeostasis. Now imagine our ancient ancestors getting chased by a lion or a tiger or a bear. They had something called a stress response. And in this stress response, the sympathetic nervous system kicks in. And the sympathetic nervous system is our fight or fright or flight response. Yeah, so we want to get away from that perceived danger or that actual danger. We want to get away from that. So our stress response kicks in. Our sympathetic nervous system kicks in. Stress hormones in the body so we can escape this dangerous situation. But what happens after we're out of that situation is the body comes back into rest and relaxation part of our nervous system, which is the parasympathetic nervous system. As it goes, in this day and age, with our media and everything we have access to, we're always constantly in a state of stress. So we're always in that sympathetic nervous system. And we can see these effects with chronic disease and illnesses that many people suffer from is because of always being in that stress response. So meditation is something we can use to come back to the parasympathetic nervous system. One of the things that yoga meditation does is it stimulates the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is the major modulator of the parasympathetic nervous system. This vagus nerve is called the wandering nerve, and it actually innervates every major organ in the body. So when we activate this vagus nerve, we begin to slow that heart rate down, we begin to slow the breath down, and we begin to allow the body to come into this state of homeostasis so that it can heal, so that it can rejuvenate. And our bodies have a very strong, innate ability to heal themselves. So when we meditate and focus on relaxing the nervous system, soothing and calming the nervous system, our bodies are then able to heal themselves. So we're going to just use our breath. The easiest thing to do is to use the breath because it's always with us, it's always there. So when we breathe deeply, the vagus nerve also innervates our diaphragm. So when we breathe deeply, we act our sympathetic nervous system to become more active, to relax the body, to rejuvenate the body, to heal the body. So I invite you to just place your palms on your knees and just let the hands be facing up, just relaxed. And close the eyes and begin to notice your breath. So as you breathe, as you inhale, your navel, your belly button comes outwards, yeah? So when that belly button comes outward, the diaphragm can come down and you can breathe more deeply. So tune into that breath. And as you inhale, try to expand that navel point outwards. And then as you exhale, let that navel point come back towards the spine. So here is one of your points of focus. As you inhale, the navel comes out. As you exhale, the navel comes back in. And every next breath, let it be a little bit slower, a little bit deeper. And sometimes the mind starts to wander. what are we doing? Why are we still sitting here? Why are we focusing on the breath? So one thing we can do with the mind is to maybe count those breaths. Give the mind something to do. So on the inhale and then exhale, you count 1. And then the next inhale, exhale, count 2. And if we can just take 5 slow, deep breaths like this, we can actually kick that parasympathetic nervous system on, and we can begin to calm and soothe the nervous system down. And this can also be effective for, say, you have an exam coming up and you're feeling a little stressed out about the exams coming up. So just take a moment, take those 5 slow, deep breaths, and then you get out of that fight or flight response. Yeah, sympathetic nervous system is fight, fright, or freeze. Right? We don't want to freeze up before an exam. We want those answers to flow. We want our brain to work. We want oxygen to go to our brain. So we slow the breath down and breathe more deeply to calm the mind down, to calm the body down, and to increase the oxygen flow. As we breathe more deeply, our body takes in more oxygen. Our bodies need that oxygen to create energy in our cells. So as we breathe deeply, we bring in more oxygen. And as we exhale, we release that CO2. And you know who's waiting for that CO2? The trees are. The trees take in that CO2 and then convert the CO2 into oxygen that we breathe in. So that also shows our connection to nature. That's why being out in nature is so great. And why also doing this breathing meditation, maybe out in nature, will be even that much more effective. So I invite you to try this anytime you're feeling a little bit stressed. And I also invite you to teach your parents, because parents can be under a lot of stress too, yeah? So one way to master something is to teach it. So if you teach your parents, then you guys can all join together and practice this deep breathing and calm the nervous systems down and soothe the nervous systems down and come into a more relaxed state. Thank you. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed some of this practice, and I hope you can incorporate it into your lives. My name is Jasprit Singh, and I look forward to joining you again, maybe with some more for different practices that can help to calm the nervous system down, that can help to make us flow with life a little bit more easefully and a little bit more gracefully. Thank you. Sat Nam.